let's wind back the clock a few years, alright? Several years to '06, that's right. You know, shall we go back to 2006 when, the era of change, the winds of change was slowly seeping in, when issues were becoming heavy with suicide, depression, and contemplation of suicide. Addiction was starting to once again be on the rise, you could say, at least among younger teens and whatnot. And a lot of issues were going on. A lot of things were being introduced. A lot of issues were being dealt with in home life and whatnot. And all of a sudden, out of not completely nowhere, because the band was popular, mildly popular, but to hit the music scene like it did, I don't think anybody expected. And the way that they did, with one of the, if not the most impactful albums of the 2000s decade, 1X by 3DG. That is 3 Days Grace. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take it back there. And let me first and foremost mention how this was a lifesaver of an album for not only myself but for so many others. This album, literally, I've often said, amongst other things, but this album helped to save my life. It helped me through most of my teen years. I think I first heard it at about 14 or so. I keep forgetting, but I know my 16th year, this album was so huge. It throughout my junior and senior year, just certain songs just continually impacted me. Even now, I can always listen to this album, and it always gets you right. It always gets you in the mood. Whatever it evokes so many emotions. It deals with so many issues. It hits you in the right spot. It one of the special albums, one of the, you could say, even rare, that deal with the issues from teens to young adults perfectly, just perfectly. And it wasn't even that critically acclaimed. Now, to not, bore you with the intro, because I could talk about I may talk about and think about for a while my own 1X story in another video, another time. But this time we going straight to the analysis. Now, starting off with track 1, It's All Over. This track, pretty much a perfect example of an intro track. It doesn't get much better than this. Near perfection of an intro track. It does not get better than this. I mean, it comes in, you get to feel the semi, the metal feel of the intro riff, okay? It's just, you get into it, the electric, this is serious, and then it goes into the room, and then like something serious, it drops, and then you hear the message of the song. And this is like many songs in this album, it can go at least dual meaning, okay? Or was this one dual meaning? This one was, you could take it on another meaning, but the main meaning was obviously dealing with addiction. It was obvious, dealing with the bottom, talking about alcohol, and dealing with what would suggest heroin or some other substance, the needle, breaking your skin, maybe morphine along those lines. It's dealing with some very serious issues. The song just kicks ass. The song is a killer. I mean, it's great metal play. Metal and a hard rock feel. Adam Gontier just proven to be one of the greatest. Just in this track alone, proven to be. I mean, the track by itself, without even the album, it's just phenomenal. It's an excellent track, no lie. Adam Gontier setting himself up, proving that he's special, hitting, from a gravelly hard rock sound, but hitting high notes. His range established very well. So It's All Over just blows your mind. Then we moving on to track 2, Pain. This song was a hit for so many reasons. Now, unlike I messed up when I said It's All Over had dual meaning. This is a dual meaning song. You could take this. Now, I remember when I was younger, okay, riding, and I was introduced this to. It's one of the first actually kind of rock albums that I was really introduced to. Pain. It deals with, it comes with a post-grunge slash a metal. It's a great hybrid. It's the first example on the album of the beautiful hybrid that 3DG does. You know, of course, Adam Gontier is hard rock vocals. You know what I'm saying? Overplaying, but I mean, you listen to it, and then when you know the backstory behind how he wrote, you know, from where he was at, overcoming addiction and whatever, to oxycodone, however you want to say it, but you know, you understand this. But when I was younger, as opposed to, especially when I heard that, when I was younger, it related to me so very well, because I mentioned my 16th year, and I was dealing with apathy, you know, dealing with rather than feel pain than nothing at all. So you could take it from an apathetic point of view, a very depressed point of view. Then you can also take it from, you know, addiction, rather feel pain than nothing, or rather feel pain than, you know, being too hot, being stoned on oxy, being stoned on these different substances. So I mean, this song is just hard hitting, in your face. Not quite as in your face as It's All Over, but the song is just super memorable, super impactful. But then we go to track 3. Doggone Animal, I Have Become. Look, this is definitely one of 3DG's greatest songs. Pain is definitely up there, but Animal, I Have Become, straight up. The rhythm in this, oh my goodness, the rhythm in this song though. The rhythm in this song, just, I'm speechless to describe it. I mean, straight metal, no holds barred, straight metal, strong bass in this. You know, unquestionable. Again, you know, dual meaning song. Talking about, and it related to the rage and different anger issues I had to overcome in my younger years. At times, you know, still feel, but you know, mainly subdued now. But you know, I was dealing with that. And then it was also, you could take it from another song that had addiction. So the beauty about this album, several meanings in songs. You know, songs can be taken different ways to whatever fits you, and that's, you know, whatever you're going through in the stage of your life, it's relatable. You understand what I'm saying? This is stuff that's just not music, so to say. This is real life. This is why I say music is life. It relates to what you, and you listen to this, and you know the atmosphere of this song. It's just hardcore, just strong. It's a strong, you know, you get that, and you're depends on, you know, you listen to the lyrics. You know, not the greatest lyrical song, but it gets the job done. Now, moving on to number 4, my favorite song by 3DG, which is my favorite band. 3DG is my favorite band. It's been my favorite band they've been my favorite band for some years. Unfortunately, Adam broke off, but it's been over 20 years, but Adam. But we moving on. Never Too Late. Now, this song literally, specifically on this album, literally, saying this song many times, this is never too, especially the chorus went over in my head many times to get me through many hard times. Y'all don't even know. Like, I shouldn't even be here, like, level of stuff. Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not even gonna get into my own story, because I've talked to individuals and whatever. If you know more, or if you want to know more about where I'm coming from, you know, hit me up, PM me or something along those lines. You know, we can talk, whatever. You know, if you find me, if you know me in person and you want to know more about it, we can talk, because it's all good. You know, I can relate to many individuals because of different things that I dealt with. And this song is very personal, very personal. It's, even if I say it'll be okay, still I hear you say, even if I say be alright, still I hear you say you want to end your life. Now and again we try just to stay alive. Like, I don't, you know, I could sing it, or I could just say just this song, the acoustic that leads into the song. And then we switch that, you know, it's got that post-grunge, you know, we say post-grunge to kind of a hard rock, kind of metal. Like, it was very much a mix song, the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? The rhythm, the vibe of the song, the atmosphere, it fits very much with the depression, with depression. You can, and even the video is done very well. It just trying to describe this song. It's just one of those songs you just gotta listen to. You just gotta let it, absorb it, and you put this on you, in you, through you, all of it. Just immerse yourself into this song. And then we move on to On My Own. Not the best song on the album, track number 5, On My Own. But what I will say is, it is an excellent introduction song into 3DG and into different genres of rock, into this album. Because I remember, hold on, was it this song that was an excellent? You can say it can be for some. It's still more rock than what maybe a lot of people were. It's a good intro. Let me just put it that way. It's a good intro. I remember it. It's all, it kind of grew on me. It never was one of my faves on this album. It's not a bad song by any means. I listen to it every now and again when I listen to this album. I tend to skip it. But I remember the dude I used to ride with, who introduced me to this album and introduced me to 3DG. This was the song that often came on first when he had, because on school and whatever. And then it's a solid song. I'll leave it at that, dude. Just a solid song. Moving on to Ride. Now, Ride, dog. This song at the surface, you hear the message, let's start a ride. Let's start you saying, when you listen to, just quit being superficial and listen to the actual lyrics of the song. I mean, first of all, it begins the song with the thrashing of this song. Okay? It's a light thrashing. It's not super heavy thrash metal or whatever, but it's a light thrashing, and then you get into the drum beat. The percussions are quite, percussions on this album. Well done, very well done. Adam's delivering the message, and this is for the song. This is a unifier for all those who are depressed, beat down, downtrodden. All those folk who are on the low of society. This is to unify you and to spur you into action. You know what I'm saying? And it's giving me, it's not necessarily saying, when you say start a riot, it's not necessarily saying it's gotta be bloody, but let's go. You can make a difference. You can doggone, you have meaning in this life. When you look at and you listen to the song, you can relate to this. It's relatable to so many people. I mean, it's relatable to me. Okay? I mean, instrumental, this song is excellently played. It's just what it is. It's quite basic, but it doesn't matter. It's just excellently played, excellently delivered. Get Out Alive. This was actually the song that actually got me into this album, no lie. It's not one of my favorite songs now. The first 4, and then Riot, one of mine, and then another one coming down the line. But Get Out Alive actually got me into it. This is a song that can take a few different interpretations. As usual with the addiction. It can be dealt with love. On My Own dealt with it was more of a love song. That's another reason why I wasn't too big. I mean, I like love songs getting in, but they're not the most impactful in my personal life. But Get Out Alive deal with love, deal with addiction, a combination of, or another interpretation. This really is up to the listener's discretion. Get Out Alive, it comes into with, it's one you should say the beginning of one of the softer section of the album, mind you. Not heavier like Animal I've Become, but it said the rhythm sets basic, and it's on the low. It's a somber tone, but not more on the depressed side of Never Too Late, for example. And then in number 8, Let It Die. This is a definite. Now this is the song I meant to say when I was talking about On My Own. It is an excellent intro song. This is an excellent intro song. No lie. Excellent intro song. Okay. I used to like this song more when I was younger than I do now. It's still a good song to learn. All these songs on this album are just, solid, great, good, however you want to say it, or phenomenal. Amazing. Let It Die, the acoustic lead in, just excellently done. And then Adam on top of it, and then the classic post-grunge. I mean, a lot of post-grunge influence in this song. A lot of hard rock metal influence infused beautifully. And I mean, the switch up from the transition from the acoustic to the metal is just superb once again. And like I said, if you are trying to get into this album and you ain't really a rock guy, you want to say a rock fan, rock music fan, whatever, mind you, Let It Die is one of the softest songs you could say by softest listening songs you could say by 3DG. So I recommend you getting into it in that way. Now, coming out Over and Over, this was another song that really helped get me into this album. And once again, it's like a dual meaning, between the love and between the addiction. And it was way more relatable when I was younger than it is to me now because of different stuff. But it talks about you could say, from the insanity, the vocals on point once again, the music over and over, the melody in this song, you could say is out of all the songs on this album, you could say this is possibly the best melodic song on the album. Just well done. Once again, a song out of the album to get into 3DG. Number 10, Time of Dying. Now, I really got into this song as I age, and this is definitely one of my favorite. Now it's one of top 4, if not 3, possibly 2. I don't know where this would rank on my favorites on this album. Definitely one of my favorite 3DGs. This song is truly a standout song, unashamed, straight up heavy. This is more heavy metal. Okay, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's heavy metal. It's a standout. The lyrics in this song, though, lyrically, this is arguably the best song on this album. One of the best lyrical songs in 3DG's repertoire, mixed with the phenomenal guitar playing. I mean, just all the instrumentals on this track is just. I'm speechless before this joint. Just listen to this. On the ground I lay low. The melodies on point. The rhythms, perfection, pretty much. I mean, the vocal, the emotions, the message of this song. From whether you're talking addiction, whether you're talking a whole bunch of other stuff, this is a it can go with what you need. This is a what you need at the moment kind of song. But it relates. It's relation. If you've ever been down on the ground, you ever thought you might die that night. I mean, I can go on and on about this song, but I think y'all get where I'm coming from. Must listen to song. Just listen to the song. Time of Dying, track 10 on the 1X album. Beautifully done. Number 11, Gone Forever. This is another song, a softer song, so to say. Helps you get into it. Not one of my favorites now, but this song, along with Let It Die, probably, and Over and Over, you could say, helped to get me into this album. Gone Forever, this is just a straight up in your face, break after broken up. I don't really care about you. I mean, it's just well done. A hardcore breakup song, you could say, but it's more than that. Just giving it the premise. The instrumentals are there. It's nothing spectacular, but it's well done. It suits its purpose. It's not meant to be, a title track. It's not meant to push something too far instrumentally or lyrically. It's just meant to, you just hear the words and just be immersed in experience, more or less. Now the last track 1X, title track. You don't get much better. As I talked about the intro, you simply don't get much better with an ending closing track than this. The intro track and the closing track just encompass this whole experience, this whole ride, this whole journey, this wave of emotions, these experiences, just so much. 1X, once again, like Ride, but in a more slow tempo, unlike, kind of almost the antithesis of Time of Dimes with the tempo. The tempo is slowed down in 1X. I don't listen to it all that often, but when I do, the lyrics impact, it asks questions, it once again it unites. It's saying you're not alone, it's okay to be different, it's okay to be special. There's others like you out there. Just be you. Be how you were created. Okay? And go and make an impact on the world. That's how I've taken it as time comes. It's okay to be considered a freak. It's okay. Okay? As long as you're not like trying to be too different, you're trying to make too much of a statement, live life. Things will get better. We are the ones who get knocked down and get back up. Life is struggle, but guess what? You can make it through. You can push on. And then I hear that in other songs and stuff. And then it just, like I said, it brings completion to this album. So, Unexpected One, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me y'all favorite songs on this album. Tell me y'all thoughts about this album. I know this album means so much more, so much to many folks, not just myself, but I know this album was hugely impactful, enormously impactful in my own life. The magnitude, Adam Gontier is one of my top 3 favorite artists, singers, and 3DG, man. 1X album. Just trying to describe each of these songs, like, just don't know. Like, I could talk probably about each of these songs. If I went and listened to them and made a video, I could probably talk about each of them probably 10 minutes long. It's just, that's how phenomenal this album is. If you've never heard this, you tripping. You need to go listen to this album. If you heard it, listen to it again. If you just, that's all I need to be said. Alright, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. Till next time. Normally, my greatest album reviews come out on Friday. But between work and different elements of life, and busy, be like that sometimes. It's just crazy sometimes. And yeah, hopefully the next one will be on Friday. Alright, y'all. Peace.